What's up guys, CJ here, and I'm going to be talking about a route that is very useful and very micro intricate for some jungle routing. This route has to do with a blue side wolf start, or not blue side, blue buff wolf start, and you're going to be transitioning to a situation where you want to gank for your mid or bot lane in this case, or your mid or top lane if you're on red side, when they're level 3. So the way this route works is, I originally saw this route coming off of Ling Ling's OPGG roughly 6 months ago, and I understood why he did the route, but I never really adapted it into my own play. As I've gotten more and more intricate in my routing and how I approach the game and more methodical, this was reintroduced to me by Jesse in my chat, and I knew about it, I just never really got into it, but here I'm going to explain. So what I'm going to do, the overall plan is for me to do wolves, decide between these two camps, and then, but usually you're going to go Gromp, and then you're going to do Raptor Smite, Red Smite into gank, and you'll be level 4 when your laner's level 3. So what I mean by I'm going to decide what I'm going to do here, I can either do wolves, blue, red, and I'll be level 3 looking for a gank when my laners are level 2, or I'll do wolves, Gromp, blue, Raptors, red, and I'll be able to gank when they're level 3. So I want to wait till it's 136 here, and then I want to walk. I want my Greenfather proc to hit the first target. Get the backstab. Drag it to the box I created here. When this is on cooldown, you want to walk over here and box over here. And the key to this is keeping your box on low cooldown. So I'm going to pick up the Greenfathers, and in this case I'm going to show you how to do it with the Gromp, right? I'm going to proc the Greenfathers, drag it over to this box, and then get another backstab. When your box is off cooldown, you want to do this, put it over here. You're going to finish off the Gromp. Don't worry about your HP value, it's not that important. And now I have 2 boxes ready and wearing for the blue buff. I'm surprised I didn't get the backstab there, whatever. Your HP doesn't really matter. So you're going to shiv and you're going to take 1 auto, and then you're going to drag to box. And now you're going to backstab. You're going to proc these 2 boxes at the same time. And you can also just proc this one earlier if you can get 3. But your overall sense of the game is to finish this at roughly 230. I did a little bit slow this time, but it's okay. Now I'm going to come over here. I'm going to Q over this. I'm going to smite the Raptor, and I'm going to get to full HP. So there's no reason to worry about my HP value. And because I also have my smite coming up one more time, I'm going to be able to use it on the red buff, and I'm going to be topping myself off. And this is important because the smite times up very well with finishing your red buff. I'm just putting these words for the sake of putting words. You don't need to put these words. And by the time you get to the gank scenario at roughly 330, you're going to be level 4 with 2 buffs, and you're going to be ready to do your gank into the mid lane or bot lane in this case, or into the mid lane and top lane. So I want to talk about the importance of why you're starting wolves. Obviously you saw I started wolves for the sake of EXP, right? I topped off my EXP at level 1 without hitting level 2. And then because camps in this game start at level 2, I'm a level 1 champion gaining EXP of a level 2 monster twice. Whereas if I had, let's say, started blue and gotten level 2, I would have been getting level 2 EXP at level 2. So I get extra value by starting wolves. Additionally, this is more intricate because you're clearing 2 respawn camps before a big camp. So what I mean by that is Gromp, wolves, raptors, and krugs in this game respawn every 2 minutes, while buffs, red and blue, respawn every 5 minutes. So that means there's increased added value in clearing the respawn camps first. Why is that? Because if you're clearing this camp, then this camp, that gives you a big edge in EXP because the Gromp will respawn right after the wolves respawn, and that means there's more EXP to get on the map. So let's say, for instance, I decided that I couldn't gank mid or bot here because, they solo killed, whatever, right? So I decided my route, I did wolves, Gromp, blue, red, or Raptors, red, and then I had nothing to do, so I went to Krugs, right? I did Krugs, I did base, and now I'm walking up back to my wolves again. So the reason why that's important is because I did Gromp right after my wolves, I can go wolves, Gromp again, and then, cycle back, maybe do Scuttle, Raptors, whatever, right? But let's say I had done blue then Gromp. Remember when we said we could decide to do wolves, blue, red, and then gank, or wolves, gromp, blue, raptors, red, and then gank? Well, because we chose to do our level 4 route to get our laners to level 3, we now have the ability to pick up this extra EXP by doing gromp. If we hadn't done gromp, we wouldn't be waiting for the blue to respawn. That takes 5 minutes, right? So we're going to go over, and maybe we're going to do scuttle, and then we're going to do gromp. But by the time we go to do gromp, the raptors are starting to spawn, things like that, right? So that's a big issue. Or you can gain added value by going for the gromp before the blue. So this is multi-purpose. And what I mean by that is when you do decide to clear your entire left side jungle like this by going wolves, gromp, blue, and then do a gank on the opposite side of the map. Let's say you're going to gank bot lane here, or you're going to gank mid lane here. What is the enemy jungler incentivized to do, right? The enemy jungler might say, oh, look, he's on bottom side at 330. There's no way he cleared his entire top side jungle, right? So if he's on the top side, he might go for an invasion onto your gromp or your wolves that aren't there. Granted, higher ELO players will press tab and say, oh, you know what? Chinese Jester has 12 CS. How does he have 12 CS? Well, he picked up, he picked up all the raptors plus red plus blue because we see he has both buffs plus wolves, and then that's probably 11. Maybe he picked up 1 CS and he smited 1 CS going into lane. Or maybe he had 12 going into ground, right? Higher ELO players will look at this. But at the core, it's fundamentally safe to do this because even if they know, they can't do anything to go in to steal your camps because your camps aren't respawning, right? You do your gank, maybe you base, and then you can go straight back to those camps if that's the route you choose to go. Or maybe you do Krugs and then base and then go back to the camp. Either way, you have so many reasons why this route is efficient for ganking on your red buff side, mid bot in this case, mid top in the red side case. Because you're maximizing EXP efficiency at level 1, you're clearing the respawn camps, which are more important than buff camps because it aggregates the overall state of EXP. You're giving yourself a route to gank lanes that are level 3. You're also empowering your ability to take EXP off the map if they choose to invade you, even if you're on the opposite side of the map. So this is a very, very strong route. Now, I want to just go with one more route, and this route is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll tell you anyway. So this route you might have seen in more North American streams, and you kind of see it in competitive because competitive is more of a GTO game where you're trying to maximize by taking the most resources off the map. In the most efficient manner possible, of course. So what you're going to see me do here is you're going to see me do your standard Raptors red, but because this is a route that's very, very niche and specific, I'm going to be doing Krug base and then doing a full clear. So what does this route allow you to do? Or what situation should you use this route? Well, this is a route that you take when you want to get to level 5. And typically when you're level 5, your laners are level 6. Now, why would you want to do that? You typically want to do that when your laners aren't gankable for a variety of reasons, right? Let's say your bot lane is Soraka, you know, your top lane picked, I don't know, something extremely outrageous with no CC gank ability, or maybe they're just playing Jace suppressive, and all you have to do is counter gank top so you can focus on your farming, because, I don't know, the enemy picked Shyvana, and Shyvana's not going to gank anyway, alright, or something like that, and your mid lane, you know, your mid lane doesn't have any CC, or there's a low percentage kill possibility, right? Point is, you're not doing a level 2 gank when your laners are level 1, you're not doing a level 3 gank when your laners are level 2, and you're not doing a level 4 gank when your laners are level 3, right? So you're going to be looking for the level 6 play when your laners are level 6, and typically you're going to be level 5. And this is a situation that happens with, I don't know, let's say Malzahar, for example, typically forces the opponent out of the lane pre-6 with the W, but ends up having high gank ability for you as the jungler once they hit 6. So you're going to see me take the standard Raptors start that I talked about in my previous video, and because you're going to be doing your base after your Krugs, you don't have to worry too much about your HP value. You just want to clear as quickly as possible. You're going to juke there a little bit, you're going to take one auto, you're going to let turn for the backstep, you're going to shiv here because you're not really scared of expending mana, and there's some deviation at this point. You can go for the scuttle here, or not the scuttle, the blasting plant there, but it really doesn't matter too much. The blasting plant spawns there at 225 roughly, exactly rough. So you can do that, and then you want to auto each one individually because you want to maximize the burn damage from the red buff so that you clear as quickly as possible. And then you're gonna make sure everything's clear, and then you're gonna base. So putting this ward over the wall is more intricate than you think because there are a lot of junglers that go over the wall and end up being able to take advantage of situations such as your laner being pushed up or your mid lane pushing up for whatever reason they might push up, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to drop your ward and then swap to sweeping because I like swapping and sweeping ASAP, and this allows you to see, you know, for the 64 seconds that it's up, the ability to, you know, protect your bot or mid from over the wall shenanigans. And then you're going to come over here, you're going to go to Gromp, and you've conserved both your smites, so you want to use one ASAP or as quickly as possible. And again, we talk about the conservation of respawn camps. So I'm prioritizing the wolves over doing the blue because the wolves are going to net me overall EXP in terms of if I decide to keep on farming in the jungle, right? I'm only going to do blue here if it's in danger of getting stolen, or, you know, I need the blue to get mana, or I need to gank ASAP, right? So you're going to see that the raptors are going to spawn very soon, and this cycles out to being extremely efficient for a full clear route. I could have saved my smite. I didn't have to save my smite. It really doesn't matter too much. And you're going to see that the respawn timer on the raptors is pretty quick. With those extra seconds, like if you're a very efficient clearer, then I guess you don't need to smite the blue, and then you can just like wait. And you're going to be getting pretty low here, but it doesn't matter because you don't care about getting low. So long as you're not getting invaded by the enemy jungler, it's completely fine. And remember how you did red before you did your Krug, so now you have some time. So you're going to drop your one box, maybe, I don't know, take care of this for whatever reason, and you're going to chill out here, waiting for the Krugs to respawn. So at this point you're hitting level 5, and your laners typically hit level 6 around the 6-minute mark. So what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be basing off of this, and you have a couple of decisions to make after you base here, right? You're going to base and say, okay, you know, the lanes that I wanted to gank are available to gank, and then I'm going to use my 900 gold available to pick up, you know, the Moby boots that I could pick up if I wanted to. Or you can say, oh, you know what? I don't really think that the gank that I thought was going to happen in this scenario is going to take place for whatever reason because of maybe they got the solo kill, maybe they died, whatever it is, right? So now you have option. So you have option to go either Tiamat boots and continue on with your clear, moving up to the Gromp, or you can pick up the Mobies and gain initiative into the level 6 gank, typically into the Malzahar or into the Ashe or whatever scenario that occurs. So I hope you enjoyed these two routes. I thought a lot about the justification behind these two routes and why they're important. I think that the initial route with the blue side wolf start is very, very oppressive and very, very strong for all the reasons I listed, and I think the full clear route is something that I needed to add to my game because I was playing a lot of games where we didn't have gank initiative or we just had push initiative, and I wasn't taking full advantage of being able to full clear my jungle with a lot of pressure and non-gankable lanes, or maybe I should be focusing on, you know, farming and putting myself in a position to counter gank more. So I hope you liked this video. It was very, very interesting. If you decided to take it seriously, if you like, feel free to subscribe to the YouTube channel LOL Chinese Jester, Facebook LOL Chinese Jester, Twitter LOL You Matter, and make sure to catch me on Twitch at LOL Chinese Jester. Thank you guys for watching.